Hey guys, it's Dave here from the Mindful Militant Network, and today I'm really excited because I'm bringing you one of our first ever YouTube videos. Today's video is going to be on how to make a broken glass bottle wicking bed. That's right, how to recycle a bunch of all different parts and glass bottles to create a self-watering wicking bed. Wicking beds are a fantastic system that I've only just started utilizing over the last year that's given me a really good introduction into gardening. Basically what a wicking bed does, it allows you to push water underneath the soil of your plants and create a reservoir, and with that reservoir plants can continuously wick up water and keep themselves thriving and growing without you needing to constantly be out there every day. The system I'm going to show you in the video that I filmed a couple months ago, I've now successfully grown 6 Chinese broccoli plants from seed with it, and I've only had to fill up the reservoir maybe 5 or 6 times over like quite a long period of time, which, considering in the past I've had to go outside and water them maybe twice daily, it's a fantastic alternative. With this I've also made a larger one, which in the video you'll see there. I've grown rocket. Since then I've now grown zucchinis in there, as you can see behind me, and there's actually actual zucchinis growing in there. I've also used another similar tub that I've made to start growing capsicum plants. So yeah guys, I'm really excited to bring this video to you. It's taken a while for me to learn how to actually edit videos again and create YouTube content, but I'm really excited. And if you guys like this video, please drop a like and a subscribe and help our channel grow. I'm going to be trying to bring you a bunch of other videos, from vlogs to tutorials to workshops, as well as a podcast with another member. If you like that, give us a follow. Here are our socials down here, or maybe here, I'm not sure how it's going to come out. And let's get into the video. Yeah, if you don't have time to water your plants twice a day because you work and shit, make one of these and just fill it up once every 4 or 5 days and you'll be sweet. So here is the first wicking bed I have created. This is the latest one I've created. It's made out of an old recycled plastic tub I found on the side of the road, and I'm currently growing rocket in it. Now, to explain how a wicking bed works, I want you to think of a wicking bed like one big giant lasagna. And in lasagnas you have layers. So this one is fairly basic in the fact that it has only 3 layers. At the bottom we have broken kombucha and beer bottles. Then the second layer we have an old recycled shopping bag, or you can use a shade cloth. Then we have dirt. So why put broken glass in the bottom? Well, the broken glass acts as a reservoir. So I want you to imagine the wicking bed not having broken glass on the bottom. It would just have dirt, then it would just have the shade cloth, then it would just have water. What would happen to all the dirt? Well, the dirt would just fall to the bottom and become a big puddle, and thus make it just a normal, garden bed thing. So, the broken glass acts as a sort of bed that water can drain through this hose line to the bottom, fill up the spaces in between, then your plants always have a reservoir where the water, through a process of wicking and evaporation, can travel up and always keep the soil moist without you needing to water them. This, I find, is a really effective way to grow seeds from seedling without you needing to constantly be out there every day watering them. So, second part of what I'm going to show you with this is we have a garden hose here. Now the garden hose travels down to the bottom, snakes around like a snake under the broken glass. I will show you how this is done later on. And essentially the hose has a bunch of holes drilled into it that allows the water to filter out. And then we have an overflow hole, which is just a drilled hole on the side that allows excess water to flow out so you don't accidentally fill it up too much and cause it to leak out the top of the garden bed. Now, with this wicking bed, it's made out of a fairly transparent plastic, so you are actually able to see where the water level is. But for the one I'm going to be creating, you won't have that. So an overflow hole is really beneficial. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the basic requirements of what you're going to need to make this. So you're going to need about 7 things to create a wicking bed. You're going to need a waterproof tub. Boxes like this and plastic tubs and styrofoam boxes work exceptionally well. Reusable shopping bags or any other shade cloth style material. A bucket, preferably 2 buckets, put into each other for added protection. This is what we're going to be smashing glass in. Safety glasses. A bunch of garden hose. A bunch of glass bottles. A drill or anything else that can really pierce hose line and make holes. a brick or a hammer, as well as a bag of soil. Now I have pretty much gotten everything you see here for absolutely nothing. The only thing I've actually bought was the soil, which was about $5. The drill, the hose line, the plastic tubs, everything, the brick, the bottles, I've just either found in hard rubbish or at landfill sites, or people have donated to me, such as the glass bottles. They're left over from a party I had, and a lot of people who drink alcohol, which I personally don't, left some glass bottles. So instead of throwing them in the bin, I decided, why not let's create a bunch of wicking beds with them. Now, I've experimented in many different ways with breaking glass bottles. Surprisingly, they're a lot harder to break than one would think. I've tried putting them in a bucket and beating them with a hammer. I've tried just like throwing them in the sky and letting them land in like a bucket on the ground. A lot of that's very dangerous, so you should be wearing eye protection, you should be wearing gloves, and you should be wearing closed-toe shoes. Now, I'm going to be doing this barefoot because I'm a fucking idiot, but I highly recommend not to. And the method that I've found is the best is by getting one bucket, putting it inside another bucket, putting all the bottles at the bottom, and then just dropping the brick on there. Not only does this keep the glass mostly contained inside the bucket, but you also can just get the bucket and then tip it into your wicking bed. With this said, because of the force, it is extremely loud, so earplugs are also a great idea, as well as you occasionally will have glass flick up out of the bucket. This is where eye protection comes in. So, if you want to go even extra careful, you can lay down a big blanket under the bucket, so when all the glass breaks, you can just get the blanket and like put it in the bin or something, so you don't worry about any broken glass in your garden. So we're going to get our safety goggles, we're going to put them on, and we're going to put a bunch of glass bottles into the bucket. Now, I don't recommend putting any more than about a quarter of the bottles into the size of the bucket, so don't fill the bucket up more than a quarter. And when you're dropping the brick onto the bottle, aim for the neck, which is the weakest part of the bottle, and it will break much easier. One thing I got to note before doing this, it's a great idea to put these beer bottles or any other bottles through the dishwasher so it sanitizes them so you don't have alcohol in the bottom of your wicking bed. Because I'm no scientist, but I don't think plants like alcohol. Okay, so firstly what we're going to do is we're going to grab our garden hose and we're going to measure the ideal length for what we need. So with this one, it's going to pretty much snake around here, back and forth, probably like 3 to 4 times, as well as poke up enough for me to actually put water into it. So I'm going to go ahead and just measure that. Probably about, I'm going to say about that much. So I'm just going to cut a really basic estimation. Now that I've cut my hose length to the desired length, I'm going to go ahead with my drill here and I'm going to drill a bunch of holes into it. So, there we go. Alright, looks like we're finished. So, I'm going to line this tub right here, like so. The more sort of loops you get, the better, but so basically that's what the bottom of the irrigation is going to look like. Okay, now we're pretty much nearly done. What we really need to do now is cut up the shade cloth. It acts as like another sort of layer. So we're pretty much finished. Now we just want to cut up our reusable shopping bags or shade cloth material and put that on the top. the wicking bed will look like. We have the material, the glass, and the hose line that runs down to the very bottom. So this is pretty much what the finished product looks like. Now the absolute final step we need to do is drill the overflow hole. Now I like to drill the overflow hole on the opposite end of where the hose is. This is because water enters here first, that means it enters down here first. So it's just better off having the overflow hole here, because then you know by that time the water has flowed evenly over the whole tub. So, where do you want to do the overflow hole? Basically, where you think the glass and the soil meet. I like to do it pretty much at that point there. I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to guess. This actually, I'm just going to water the top of it just to make sure the dirt all sets down. Oop, wrong one. Then I'm going to turn it back to the jet setting and we're going to fill this bench up. Catch the water. As you can see, it actually holds quite a lot of water. Just for this very small tub. You can make these on any scale. And, oh, there we go. The overflow hole is now leaking water. So we know it's full. So there we go. So there you have it, guys. That's my wicking bed tutorial. I'm like pretty new to gardening. I've been doing it for about a year. So I really don't know much of what the fuck I'm doing, but this thing worked for me. You can make it on any different scale, big, small, whatever. All the materials are recycled, and broken glass is pretty common to find. So yeah, if you don't have time to water your plants twice a day because you work and shit, make one of these and just fill it up once every 4 or 5 days and you'll be sweet. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I plan on bringing out a part 2 where I make a much larger wicking bed out of a recycled rabbit enclosure that my partner found on the side of the road. If you would like to see that and more videos, drop a like and a comment. For those who might be my friends or just people watching the video who are unfamiliar with what Mindful Militants is about, Mindful Militants is an autonomous collective based in Melbourne that is designed to mechanise actions of social change and help empower each other and build a community. To keep up to date with our constant growth and development, you can follow us on Facebook, Minds, Instagram, and even join in on our Discord channel. I'll leave all the links in the description below. I have a bunch of content ideas for this channel, as well as hopefully some other contributors, so I'm really excited bringing it all out to you. So thanks for watching, everyone, and go out and make yourself a wicking bed. Cheers.